use of. However, you're going to have disadvantage on any sort of like breathing related checks, whether poison gas or drowning or anything like that. Effectively.
So, I assume that would include like long sprints and things like that.
Yeah. Anything too strenuous breath wise, I'll say.
Okay.
Good thing Gravender doesn't like to run.
Yeah, more of a slow stalking kind.
Okay, and I will be right back. So, I'm on.
As Mushi is still sleeping in her bunk.
Am I going to be mechanically exhausted?
Dorneo, not just yet.
Okay. But, so, you did say I did get a short rest?
You got a short rest.
Okay, so, I got to take this down. Hold on. So, I used 4 last time, so I'm going to use 1, 2...
And Gorneo, before you roll those hit dice, your Constitution score is no longer benefited by the amulet you wear.
Shit. So what was it before? 13? Was 14 before. Okay.
You seem to be rolling as Rory.
Oh, whoops. Change that back.
This guy.
I remember.
Oh, that's messed up. I don't even have to attune to that item. Alright, so that drops my max HP by 18. Oh, god damn. Yep, I can't jump in anymore.
So, as Gerbinder sees that he's regained the use of his arm, and this thing is still spreading over him, so it's not actually complete yet, right?
Correct.
Okay, then I'm still going to be using the spells on myself and Gorneo.
All right.
Oh, wow, I just got super nerfed.
What did you do to yourself?
I didn't do anything. Ryan took away my magical item.
Who is this Ryan you speak of?
Do we have any idea what caused your magical item to quit working?
Is Gerbender asking me this?
I guess Ben is asking you.
Yeah, Nick knows, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then, should you mention it, I'm sure Gerbender will be interested in why it happened.
Well, I mean, you're waking up right now, right? We're all waking up? What's going on?
Yeah. Everyone except for Mishi. She's sleeping in a little bit on this day.
Yeah, I'm up, and I'm coming over and casting a magic spell on you to make your eye better.
Okay, yeah. Gorneo looks exhausted, like he didn't sleep at all. And he looks a little less healthy than he normally does.
Gorneo, what... Oh, wait, hold on. I've been working on new Gervinder voice.
Right.
Gorneo, what seems to be the problem? You look tired. Did you not sleep?
I wasn't able to, no. My dreams were plagued with visions of, is it Renwick Caradune?
It is.
Yes.
A lich.
Yes.
That is most disturbing.
It was. He made mention of the promise that we made to recover the bones. But before I could respond or anything, the dream ended. So, I don't know. I couldn't sleep at all.
Well, I do not believe that now was the right time to attempt to make our way through the challenges again. We have too much to do in front of us.
I agree. This is so far. Anyways, let's keep moving.
Speaking of moving, I have a hard time remembering exactly what happened towards the end of last night. Were we able to search the pirate ship?
Yeah, I gave it a pretty good once over. There's some goods in the bottom of it. I was thinking we could maybe give them to the mercenaries here, if you were up for that idea. There's also, we searched both the captain and all the other cultists, and we found various items.
Was there any expensive jewelry on anyone?
I don't think so, right?
I believe Sholar had some gemstones on his person.
Let's see.
And in addition to like the thousands of gold you guys recovered that was once
Yeah, we
the
did find
party
lots
from
of
Van
gold.
Dalen's.
Yeah.
Give me one
Those
second.
gemstones called
If we can,
azurites. Is that what we found?
Also, at the, I guess I gotta wait for Lucas on that.
He's here.
I see him moving. I'm not sure if he's here yet.
Am I?
Okay. At the
hey,
On-
that's Garbinder's voice.
on the bag of
I'm
holding,
Batman.
at the very bottom, I noticed that nobody added malachites
What?
to the bag of holding. And that was something that the party recovered last session. So I wasn't sure if somebody added that to their own inventory or if
Whoa.
it just got skipped over.
Hold on. Wait. Malachites?
Malachites. Put it down at the very bottom in the notes section of the bag of holding.
Nope. I did not hear that part, so I will put that in there.
It was typed out.
Was it? Because I don't remember seeing it.
Was.
So-
You were dead. You had one job to do.
It's not even my bag, baby.
Then why does this book say it totally is my bag, baby?
Tarsus.
Oh, yes. There we go. All right. Added. Edited. Updated.
Okay, so Lucas,
Yes.
are we resurrecting Loxus or not?
No.
I'm back.
So have you double checked with Ryan? I mean, are you going to gain any advantage from bringing in another different character?
Yes,
Possibly.
we're gonna have
Further
to
penalized.
Find out.
I can certainly try.
So the choice whether or not to bring Loxus back lies, I guess, solely upon Verbender and the party. Whether or not Loxus might still have that fighting willpower to proceed in the combats with the party is a question yet to be seen. After he has gone down, I believe, almost every combat, and this last one beyond the means of healing, he might be rethinking his travels with
Borneo and
That's true.
Yushi had shared their thoughts on the subject last session, saying that, you know, he did know the dangers, we did warn him, and we did try to talk him out of it.
Right. So effectively, if Ben is asking Lucas if he wants Loxus back, Lucas said that it's fine.
Yep. It's all good.
Okay, because
You'd rather hold it over
Gravender
than
being-
give us-
Yes, forever.
Gravinder being Gravinder is, it was, if he has the means, he will bring him back. He's not going to let someone who fought by his side, languish now that he has the means to return them. But casting the spell doesn't necessarily mean they come back.
Yep.
Right.
So
effectively,
Let's
Loxus would become like an NPC if he is revived at this point.
Essentially, yeah.
okay,
More or less. But also,
Well,
you have,
Gravender-
I believe, 10 days to do it. And I know how you guys
Yeah,
love to
but-
wait till the last second.
But Gerbender is going to scrounge together as many gems as he can to meet the price of the spell.
All right.
Because I think we've allowed that in the past.
As long as they're the same gem type, like it doesn't have to be a diamond specifically. If it's like malachites that in total is
Right.
equal to that same gold value, then it's fine. But not like malachites and azurites and topaz collectively. So all of one type or another.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we have that.
Well,
That's a little bit difficult.
I'm going to attempt to get
A little
all
more
of that
difficult,
one
but a
type.
little easier than just diamonds.
This is true.
Yeah.
So do we have enough gems to pull that off?
Let's take a look.
Nope.
Okay.
Boom. The choice has been made.
The highest you
500
got
we
is
need
60 gold's
500
worth.
Gold, right? No, we're nowhere near it.
Yeah, you got 60 gold's worth is the highest that you can.
Technically, I have a 100 gold pearl.
Yeah, but still,
You need a 500 for that spell.
we're a fifth of the way there.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So he did.
obviously
He was a
Can't do
creeper
it.
anyway.
can't do it today.
Not to you got days.
Maybe we'll find
A
something.
lot can
alive
happen in
that's-
10 days.
As Luxus goes into the bag of holding.
It wouldn't be the first time.
No.
Party in the bag.
Body in the bag.
Let the bodies hit the bag.
HP is so sad.
So, in the interim, while you guys are thinking, I got some new ink done Friday.
On the sleeve?
Yeah. So, let me see if I can. Here, let's turn this. Let's turn this around so you can actually see a little bit here. So, mind the mess. So, what I got done is I got a cobblestone road done up the arm. If you can see it, yeah, there it is.
Yeah, kind of.
And then on the back of the arm, let's see if I can get the light right. It's a skull with a waterfall, and in the eye is a D20.
20?
Yep.
That is awesome.
And then all the other dice are around there.
That's cool.
12s, 4s, 6s, 8s, 10s. Yep. That's what I got
Yeah,
so far.
very hard to see on the phone, but I think it looks cool from the bit I can see.
So that's where we're at so far. Oh, geez.
Awesome.
Helmets.
And there's the Vader mask.
That's my son's shelf of awesomeness. He likes to come in here and take those and run around the house saying, "I'm Vader." So.
Shouldn't you be encouraging him to be Luke?
Fuck that.
Oh no! He is totally dark side. So
Okay. So I now know that if and when I have children, they're not visiting Lucas.
oh well, he just likes
Hey.
Vader because he goes.
What is wrong with teaching your child to be like the most?
All right,
person
so
in
Mushi,
reality?
you are waking up at about this point in time. Gerbender looks to be completing his daily ritual of casting these spells over himself and Corneo.
I only have like 1 day left, right?
I think. Maybe.
Well, today is still the same day that you guys arrived at the Riverguard Keep.
We just slept because we decided
You
So-
have the same number of days.
I was gonna say I don't think there's any discussion. Once I have enough gems, I will revive Loxus, assuming that I still have that.
That's Gerbender's
ability.
prerogative, of course.
Right, and I'm saying as Gerbender,
Yep.
that's what he would do.
WWGD.
You just wouldn't revive him to begin with, but afterwards he'll feel the guilt of his rage.
Gorneo will say to Gerbender, during your rest, you were speaking in Draconic to yourself. Hold
Was
on.
I?
Yeah, let me see. I tried committing it to memory. Let me see if I could get this out. And he will kind of try to repeat to Gerbender what he was able to memorize.
All right. Corneo begins kind of talking in a clearly unfamiliar tongue, and he has trouble repeating some of the sounds that he heard, but it's close enough that Grbender is able to get a general idea. And Ben, can you see that handout?
I sure can.
So Corneo continues to kind of guess at the repronunciation of some of these words as the party starts to kind of collect their things and gear up for whatever they're choosing to do on this afternoon. The storm outside is continuing to rage on, just pummeling the earth with this powerful rainstorm that is continuing to go on, like the worst of the worst monsoon season.
You say I spoke this in my sleep.
Yes, I heard it during my watch. It wasn't quiet. Everyone else heard it too, Grbender. Kind of scared people.
I apologize for that.
What does it mean?
What was it you said?
Oh, morning, Mushi.
I don't know what it means. The words don't make sense to me.
Did I get it wrong?
No, the words they make correct sentences, but the meaning is just I don't understand it.
But what are the sentences that you spoke? Maybe we can help you.
Let me think on this for a while.
Well, while we're speaking about eventful watches, if I'm not mistaken, because I'm a little hazy on my brain right now. When I was on watch, Gordea, you seem to have a little bit of a seizure type experience. Do you remember having any weird dreams yourself?
Oh, yes, I was telling Grbender about that. Renwick Caradoon came to me in my dreams, and it was a fitful night, to say the least. But that is something that I have to deal with and not important right now. We need to press forward and get down to the water temple. I have a feeling that it might be connected to this craziness outside.
There's always that possibility. Yes. And now we have a front entrance wide open for us, so as soon as we're rested and ready, we might as well head on.
So as Mushi has pointed out, you guys have a couple of ways that you could attempt to enter the water temple below.
I think it'd probably be most safe, considering the storm, to not use the gate on the river. We'll use the secret door that he opened.
Didn't he say there's a guardian waiting for there? For anyone who enters there? Sort of guardian.
Yeah, but the other entrance is flooded pretty close to it. And it has a ship stuck on it.
It's got a large ship wedged into that front gate. Awesomely wedged into that front gate.
It helped me out tremendously. It was a good wedging. I can't tell if I'm just trying to speak or not.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, I was kind of like just like, Not really talking, just making noises.
Okay.
We can hear you.
Well then.
So it'd be a 4-person assault on the water temple. Is that going to be enough?
This is why I wanted to go to the monastery, because we have all the paladins there still.
I don't know if we could make it there. It's a rainstorm.
Perhaps we could use a map that we know of and infiltrate just the hallways we need to get to the monastery underground, get the paladins, and go back in again. So we would just do a minor little evasion and then hopefully get back up and continue. I mean, that could really backfire in a terrible way, but it could work.
Do we
I
have?
don't know where the is exactly. It goes down.
Don't we? Where's the map of Fandelver?
It is
Ah,
right
there.
Map of the Silmer.
Oh, Basilmer. Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Zooming out, this is what has been identified as the Temple of the Crushing Wave.
okay, so we can make a few inferences. We've got an entrance here, which is probably from the gate. And then there looks like... Oh, wait, gated passage. Okay, so that goes probably to a different area. There's no stairs in this place, it looks like, compared to the other one. Am I reading that wrong, Ryan?
Not stairs of any noticeable import. Like there's like 15 feet worth of stairs. Nothing like the 250-foot descent that the Temple of Black Earth had.
So where would be the entrance from where he is?
May not know. I mean, we did have Mirage draw the map, so maybe he wasn't as familiar with that section.
Where's Mirage?
Guard post. What does this say? Gull? What's that?
Jail.
Oh.
The medieval
Oh,
spelling.
right.
Ye old
yes.
jail.
I've heard this. Okay. Guard post.
Oh, guess you're gonna have to find out what it is.
Yeah. Guess so.
You should.
Guard post. I think we just gotta get down there and figure it out. Did you guys say you've been to the air part? Never mind.
The air part of Basilmer?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we know what 3/4 of it looks like, plus a little bit of the fire.
Based on the map that it had drawn for us, I'm not 100% sure, but where each of these entrances would land us. I can make some inferences.
One way to find out.
But I have a feeling we'd be starting somewhere on the southern part of this map, and we'd have to make our way, we're going to say mechanically, to the west. Freaking Wizards. Wizards made a freaking wrong map. It's their fault.
Yeah, didn't they draw the map backwards of the
They
overland?
drew the map wrong.
Right?
Yeah.
The overland map
monastery
is wrong.
Yeah, the
mechanically, the monastery is in a different direction.
But as we have experienced a couple of times, those stairs beneath the monastery seem to wind and weave for miles below the earth.
Apparently the dwarves don't know which
Going
direction
far
to go.
off Those dwarves are
Anyway.
in their drink.
We will
Hey,
make our way
hey.
north on this
It's not
map.
like that stars tonight, then. So, yeah, I mean, I just kind of get down there, kind of maybe hopefully after we clear out a few rooms, figure out where we are, and then hopefully we can maybe make our way to the monastery and get paladins to back us up. Otherwise, we'll just take on the entire
see.
cult, the four of us.
I have one little bit of bad news.
Oh dear.
There is one thing that lies between us and those knights.
The entire cult.
No, it's the Brugnor, the pet that he told us about that was dragging paladins around the room to their deaths.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That little minor detail.
Oh, yeah, that shape-shifting thing that was eating the...
Didn't we kill something that was killing our paladins?
No.
We didn't kill it.
We ran down
One
the
of you
hallway.
went to investigate and
We went
nearly got
this
the
far
shit
and
kicked
then
out of them
left.
themselves.
We went down, and we found the Mud Prophet, and we were like, oh, wait, let's not go any further. And then Gorneo was like, I'm going to duel you to the death. And then he put up the thing, and then you made it all mud, and then Gorneo killed the dude, and he did not appreciate that.
And then we decided we needed to revive him, and we're like, let's go revive this guy. Bye.
Yeah, something like that.
Decisions were made. Oh, so all of our paladins are probably dead.
Unless...
No, they
No,
retreated.
we pulled them out to the
pulled
monastery
them out.
itself and told them to watch the gate. So they shouldn't be
But
down
still,
in the pit.
we just need to get down there.
Okay, so
So we need to
maybe
get
no
Larock,
paladins.
and then we need to just get down there.
So I think you guys need to flip a coin. Just to make it easy.
Well, we need to figure out where on this map we're going to be, so we need to go investigate first. Whether that's I go investigate and then come back, or what, but yeah, I could go down there, I guess.
Take an earring.
I mean,
I have it.
yes, hearing. Do you? Yeah, it's me and you right now. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
confusing.
yeah, you can.
Gorneo and Mishi have the earrings.
And it's nighttime right now, right?
It's hard to say for certain because you guys couldn't see the sun when it would have risen. But Gorneo, with your feet, you are able to tell that it is roughly about 8 p.m.
Okay. So it should be dark down there.
The sun doesn't shine underground regardless. So you should be fine in that regard.
Yeah, but it also means that people will be going to bed.
David didn't know this.
You are certainly free to assume so.
I will assume so. I have a high wisdom. Yeah, so Gorneo will say, let's make our way to the room with the secret door, and we can go investigate further.
Maybe, since we're a little short-handed, I do know of a specific person with tattoos on them that turn into like monsters that might be willing to help us.
Who?
It doesn't hurt to
What?
ask, right? The lady with the tattoos, the dragon tattoo lady.
The
Remember-
one that,
Dragon
that
tattoo.
lost his tried to trade
The
spells
one
with.
that's part of the mercenary group?
Yes,
Yeah, she's gone.
yes. She might want to help.
No, they're all still here because
They're not gone. They won't until the rain stopped.
I mean,
So-
I
I
doubt
mean, she's kind of a bad.
I doubt she would help us.
I don't just believe everybody because they're kind of like trying to pull out like Abby a part of this, but you never know. Sometimes people want to join. I mean, we got LaRock to join.
You got Larock to join, so go use that silver tongue of yours.
Well, she seemed to like her vendor more than she liked me. Maybe her vendor should talk to her. It's just a suggestion. I don't know. I mean, there's just four of us. I worry, but we got this. I mean, we took down like 5 guys earlier. Fine.
And a wizard.
I mean, we could go.
Is there?
It doesn't hurt to go look and get more information.
Yes, I think it's best to send you down there because you're invisible, and you just let us know and try not to set off any traps or anyone's attention. That'd be great.
So you guys have made your way back to the main keep of Riverguard and entered that grand dining hall once again. And after a couple of moments pressing around on some of the stones before you guys find the proper one that presses inwards, and the wall itself shifts behind your press, revealing this spiraling staircase down. Who knows how far? Who knows to where?
All right, you know the drill. Stay 60 feet behind me until I tell you to stop.
Oh, that's a drill. Oh, okay.
The same way we did the stairs from the monastery down. You stay 60 feet behind me, and when I say stop, you stop.
So you've got about 5 feet of visibility in front of you, because it is a tightly wound spiral staircase.
That's fine.
And as Gorneo starts to take the first few steps down, roughly 20 to 30 feet worth of stepping before he comes across a small landing underneath the Riverguard Keep. And as Gorneo starts to quietly descend, at the bottom of these stairs, you find an unlit chamber where a number of boats look to bob in an underground stream. The stream looks to flow towards what should be daylight to the east and leads upstream into darkness towards the west.
Is there anybody in this room?
Roll me a perception check. And how far beyond the immediate entrance would you like to go to survey this room?
I'm going to have given myself dark vision before I came down here.
All right.
Call it 7 hours. So I will just use that 60 feet to scan.
So how far into the room are you wanting to go?
I will step in.
Basically, you just
Like,
peeked
I'll just-
around the
I'll, like-
corner.
Yeah, like I'll step into the room where I can see the boats and everything, and I'll just kind of
Alright.
survey around.
All right. As you're kind of surveying the immediate landscape, it's still. Aside from the boats occasionally weaving with the flow of the river underneath the Riverguard Keep, it takes you a moment before you see, almost immediately opposite you, nearby one of the cave walls, an individual just standing there, looking roughly like this, just watching you.
The fuck?
That's not good.
As you shout out, "The fuck!"
And
You
break
see
yourself.
Bender audibly hear this, as does this figure, who seems to shift her head ever so slightly
Gorneo puts his
and speaks.
hand to the earpiece. Miyoshi, get down here.
Whom do you serve?
Oh, I know the name of the water prophet. What is his name? Hold on, I gotta flip through my notes. Gorneo knows his name, Nick doesn't.
So Mushi, as you've been told to get down here along with Grubender,
Yes. I'm going to tell the rock vendor, and I think that's our sin.
Mushi, would you like to go get Larock?
Oh, I thought he was with us.
Wait, yeah, didn't I say we get LaRock before we go?
I really thought we were all together already.
Sorry, I thought I mentioned get LaRock before we go
I
down.
thought that was all of us. I'm sorry.
I'll put him at the rear, assuming Grubender took a
That's
brief
fine.
detour. So Mushi, you're going to be the next one that gets to the bottom of this staircase. And Mushi, as you bump into the back of Gorneo, he seems to be paused, trying to recall something.
I'm sorry, where
Gar
are
Shattered
my
Keel?
notes from Yartar? What is that guy's name? The name of the water prophet?
Garl Shatter or Gar Shatter Keel?
Corneo, roll me a history check.
Something. I can't read my handwriting. I must have been under the influence again.
And my notes in my inventory on the bottom. I still have my character sheet.
That's a really good idea. I probably should type this stuff up.
I have all the problems right.
Oh, rolling good tonight.
See, it's
Better save him in case I die.
6.
Corneo, you can remember the prophet's name, but you also remember you guys were told about like some sort of a test regarding questions that you might be asked. And you can't remember the right answer to these test questions. Because you were given more than one. This figure starts to slowly drift across the surface of the water towards you, Corneo.
Corneo will say the crushing way.
Miyoshi, as he speaks this out towards the air around him, is there anything you would like to do?
Like, correct me?
It's funny. That's the one part of that conversation I did
Miyoshi
not
remains silent at this point in time.
I'm a terrible note taker, by the way.
First question, can everyone, including Evie, see right now?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a nice token. Throwbacks.
So she did start to move closer towards you, Corneo.
I wish I could find my notes on that.
Yeah, I don't have any notes of that stupid conversation. I think I spent more time writing down your guys' backstories than the conversation.
She continues to drift forward before one of these strands of hair shoots up from beside her out towards you, Corneo, and I need you to tell me.
Well, if she's just like, hold on, back up a second. If she's just like slowly moving, I'm actually going to move further into the room to allow my party to get into the room next to me.
All right, so as you step closer towards her, as she's drifting
I'm moving
across
to the
the
side.
surface,
I'm moving laterally.
as you go to move laterally,
Before
a strand of her hair.
But like, if she's moving, I get to move at the same time, right? Because we're not in initiative.
Her strand of hair shooting towards you is effectively starting initiative.
Okay. So then I don't get to move, is what you're saying.
Also, it's going to be pulling you closer. So even if she were to move to here, she is able to reach you from her current stance. As this strand of her hair
I'm
shoots
just saying,
up
like, because Nick was thinking and you were acting, and so I didn't get to act. So do I get to act to her advancing, or does that just happen?
Effectively, if you move beyond 5 feet of that entrance without giving an answer, she's also going to be attacking. So if you choose to drift around the outside of the room,
so my answer was wrong, and
the
that
answer does not
I
appear
get
to
what
be
you're
what
saying.
she was looking for.
Okay, I get what you're saying then. Okay.
I just realized I was muted this whole time, and I was telling you guys to go to my character sheet at the bottom of it to read because I have all the answers. And I have a computer right now. And I was muted the whole time.
Well, you are muted indeed.
Yep. That's why you're like,
okay, so what did you need me to roll?
So, Dorneo, quick question to you. Now that a man is not muted herself anymore, would you have asked for assistance in recalling any of this information?
Yeah, because I don't know much about all the cultist stuff, but Mushi does, and she's standing right next to me.
I'm going to roll a history check for Mushi. If it's above a 10, I'm going to say she responds soon enough to do something.
Awesome.
There should be an open roll.
Natural
There we
20.
go.
Holy shit.
Oh, that's
Mushi, as this figure starts to drift towards Gorneo, he noticeably grows uncomfortable at the closeness as this woman is getting closer and closer. Amanda, basically picture the girl from The Ring,
oh, Jesus, right?
drifting over the surface of this water like she could walk on it. Her long, flowing, dark hair has just shot upwards towards Gorneo, starting to wrap around him as Mushi shouts out, "The Princess of Evil Water." And the tight grasp starts to loosen around Gorneo
Oh, thank God.
as she turns around and drifts back to where she was originally.
Maybe you should go first, Mushi.
I can give it a shot. Just stay close.
Mushi, you start to make your way forward. Gorneo, if you would like to describe this room for Mushi. She's having a little bit of trouble with her own dark vision at the moment, it seems.
Yeah, so it is a large kind of cave-looking thing that has a kind of carved staircase into the water, into a river with two boats that are just tied to the side here. And creepy river witches.
Okay. So is it like a big
Okay,
dome or
sorry, I'm back.
hallway type?
It's
Bender,
more
as you
like
make
a
your way
river that
down-
cuts through a hallway.
Ben, as you make your way to the bottom of this spiral staircase beneath the River Guard Keep, that's what you see, retreating back to her original spot.
So there's two boats, and one way on this river clearly goes to outside, and the other way goes deeper into the temple.
Okay, retreating back to her original spot. Huh?
That's
She
a
was
question
here
for you to ask your party.
when I walked in, and she started moving towards me.
She
Then
who?
She came in and said the right thing, and she started moving back.
That's where those answers
Mr.
are
Bender,
manipulated.
effectively, you would have seen her about here, retreating out of your own line of sight as you got to the base of these stairs.
Hey, I didn't watch any video.
What? This just happened.
I'm just saying, she looked like the chick from The Ring. I didn't watch any video.
She does look like a chicken in the ring. That's what I've been told.
All right, so I guess we get in the boats and head further in.
Let's do it. You know, what's the worst
All
thing
right.
that can happen?
How would you
Water.
guys like to divide yourselves among these boats? You can effectively fit up to 2 people in these boats due to the weight.
How heavy is Larock?
Would you like to try and get in a boat with them?
I would like to ask him how heavy he is.
How heavy are you?
I weigh about 250 pounds with all of my gear and everything.
Significantly more than you.
How much more?
Significantly.
Okay, so we should probably split it up, Gerbender and Mushi, me and Larock.
It's reasonable.
I agree. Excuse me. I agree.
All right. Mushi, as you climb into one of the boats and Gerbender starts to wade into the water a little bit, as he starts to climb into the boat, it starts to noticeably sink more and more with the pair of you in it.
Does it still remain
The
floating?
wood
Or...
starts to audibly groan and creak due to the stress of this weight.
And then I'm going to step back off.
Gerbender steps back off the boat, and Mushi just bobs up, notice, like a couple of inches. It's jarring.
Apparently that stone skin of yours added a couple of pounds.
You may be right, Yushi.
How many boats are there?
There's 2.
Just 2. Well, is there a pathway to walk on, or is it just the boats?
It's a river.
It looks to be like the stairs the spiral staircase led to a very small landing, and that landing was basically steps that go into an underground river, into the side of an underground river where these 2 boats are tied. And Gorneo,
I got this.
Gorneo, you kind of tap the seat in front of you for Larock, and he just kind of watches you. And his gaze shifts over towards Gerbender, and he says, I believe I might have a similar result. I don't believe this to be a means of transportation for me.
Any ideas on how to get in then?
Let's get in for a minute.
You mentioned something about paladins.
It may be that you will have to take a boat singly. Perhaps the boat will carry my weight alone.
Corneo will quickly just bamf over to... yeah, I'll just
Cornell
this boat.
bamps over into Yushi's boat, and it seems to be functioning just fine. As Gerbender eases his own body into the other boat,
While casting a light spell so I can see.
casting light so he can see.
Oh, you don't have dark vision anymore?
He's a
Apparently
dragon.
not.
He never had dark vision.
No, Jabbits gave him dark vision.
Oh no, you don't have
Yeah.
that?
There's no dragon symbol on my armor right now.
Oh, that's right.
That's
I forgot
something
that.
Corneo witnessed.
That's
see
something
that.
that my characters don't know about.
What
Okay, so I'm gonna step into the boat.
Gerbender steps into the boat, and it starts to sink a little bit, but it seems that his weight alone is able to be carried in one of these boats.
Okay, so what we can do is we'll float down. I'll come back and get you, Larock, with the other boat.
I can't get centered in the boat. It's gonna capsize.
So what happened with the creepy lady?
The rock meets your gaze, Gorneo, and he says, I don't believe this to be a reasonable means of transportation for me. Your friend there has a single stone arm. My entire body is composed of it.
Can you walk along the bottom of the river?
Not without drowning.
Do we have a potion of water breathing?
To you, that would be significant.
Let me see. I think we do, don't we?
You do. 2 of them, actually.
Dope! Yes, Gerbender, I believe we have one in the bag.
I will reach into the bag. And I think, potion of water breathing. What do I pull out?
Assuming you have one in the bag, you pull that
There's
out.
2!
There's
If
2.
you don't have that in the bag, then you pull nothing
There's a
out.
potion in there.
Oh.
Yep.
Yep, I just checked.
I got it open over here.
As this party has had a history of believing they have one thing and saying they have one thing,
Hey, it has been a
but
long
the
time
character
since that's
sheet's
happened.
saying something else.
The party or
The
Mushi?
party. Yushi's in the party, guilty by association.
Mm.
To be fair, Rom forgot he had the same potion that Miushi forgot she had.
Hence,
Yeah, but he just
a
forgot
party.
and didn't.
That's
He didn't even
true.
try to use it.
Look, I did not mention
So,
anything
Gerbender, you
about
pull out
potion
this
flying.
potion of water breathing from the bag of holding.
And I toss it to Larock and say, this should allow you to breathe under the water.
Do you know how long it will last?
I believe it lasts for 1 hour.
Then let's make this quick. I'd rather not be under the surface any longer than I have to.
Under the sea.
And he drinks it down and just starts to step forward.
This is awesome.
And I'm going to
And
double
you-
check and make sure that it lasts for an hour as opposed to like 5
Are you
minutes.
sure you don't want to kill him and get the XP?
It lasts 1 round. Okay. You've done it. You've conquered my Larock trap.
You
That
lied.
with
This
that-
hammer is mine, the rock.
Mushi and Gorneo in
24
one
hours.
boat,
Oh, no.
Bender in
24
the
hours.
other. Nope, 1 hour.
Oh. The spell water breathing is 24 hours.
It's not a spell, it's a potion.
I know, but...
As Larock walks his way into the water, breaking the surface with every step and not bobbing in the slightest. Like he were walking with the metal boots from Legend of Zelda, just right down into the depths till he can no longer see the top of his head anymore. And no bubbles seem to emit either.
So Gorneo will set off his and Mushi's boat.
All right. Gorneo, would you or Mushi like to be rowing this boat?
Doesn't Mushi have proficiency with like water vehicles or something like
Nope.
that? Oh,
Other
no,
character
then I
that
will.
she cheated
She
at.
certainly claimed to have that in the past.
She claimed to have that in the past, but that turned out to be not the case.
She's like, I'm a sailor. Oh, wait.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
Oh, now that we're done with all that boat shenanigans, turns out I'm not actually a sailor.
Mm-hmm.
So where is she to defend herself at the moment?
She's just got to her mom's house, I think, so she muted herself.
To talk all the shit you want.
But no, Gorneo will drive the boat.
All right, and how far ahead or behind would you like for Bender to be? It's a question for both of you.
Oh shit, Mushi just got on roll 20.
I'm going to attempt to be like, I don't know, 15 feet behind.
All right.
Is the river flowing, or is it more like a very gentle
The river
stream?
Is
Oh no,
flow.
it's raining
beneath the
outside,
earth.
man.
The river's flowing from beneath the earth.
Oh,
to
beneath the
outside.
earth? Oh,
Beneath the
We know which direction we're supposed to be going.
we're going deeper in.
effectively upriver.
Okay. We know which direction we're supposed to be going.
Oh, I believe it's the way into the darkness, this way. Is that correct? Into the dark? This way?
You could. Bender takes a brief moment turning around, spinning his boat, and kind of holding his light a little further out, making his way closer as he just kind of drifts with the river's current. And after about 10, 15 feet of drifting, he sees a large grate, mostly obscured by by a silhouette of a very large ship. You seem to be on the other side of that grate.
That looks familiar.
So, away from the ship. Got it.
As the party starts to effectively go up the river's current. Can I get... Actually, with passive perceptions, Gorneo and Gerbender, as you guys start to leave the edge of the water, you can see a number of yellow glowing eyes beneath the surface that seem to follow you as you leave this small landing, like they're all watching. You notice at least 6 distinct sets of eyes, all just kind of following you beneath the surface of the water as you drift on by, start going back upriver.
What's down there, Mushi?
She says,
If only
eyes.
she would tell us.
Following the stream, it seems to wind for more than 2 miles through lightless grottos leading to what looks to be an underground lake. As you guys make your way forward, you can see what looks to be firelight shining from a large cavern ahead. The stream opens into a large underground lake, and to the right, a crumbling stone quay leads to a tunnel just around the side of your own line of sight from this torch evident. A 10-foot skiff looks to be moored to the quay, and a torch burns in a bronze sconce by this tunnel. Besides the quay, a 20-foot wide canal looks to continue going to the north. And to the west, the lake opens up to a dark cavern filled by this subterranean lake. And at the far eastern side, you can make out a torch illuminating another stone quay with another 10-foot skiff tied up alongside it. And effectively, as you guys kind of move your way forward, you can start to hear the chattering of voices up ahead.
Oh, shit.
So I'm assuming that I shouldn't have vision from Rory.
Because it's all characters. Stand by. Oh.
Oh yeah. What?
Nope. Nope.
What? What?
Nope.
I'm not looking. I'm
Nope.
not looking.
Oh.
Good thing we weren't looking.
Good thing we weren't looking.
Drifting forward, those voices hear Ben asking if he can see through other people's eyes, and the gods say nay. Snuff that light out. You guys hear voices just around that corner. What would you like to do, boat number 1, as boat number 2 just starts to continue his path towards you guys?
Yushi, we might be in for a fight sooner rather than later. Yes! What should we have? Whatever should we do?
Attack head on.
Corneo, you're the one steering this boat. What are you doing with it?
She's typing. Hold on, she's typing.
Can I retcon and say that I passed a rope up to the other boat, so we were kind of connected?
Sure. Would you like to keep your light spell as, once you get sight of this torch up ahead, Gravender, would you like to remain illuminated?
No.
Okay.
That was specifically why I wanted to have the rope.
So you didn't have to see.
I like how Mushi's become our de facto leader. I don't like this.
You're the one steering the boat!
She's the fire prophetess.
I can't see anything.
Or she's gonna kill me. She murders people.
Oh yeah. Evie, our running joke is that we believe that Miyushi is the fire prophetess of one of these cults. And she has yet to prove us wrong.
Totally is. Okay.
Keep on moving them then. Might as well put them back round to the main cabin.
Mushi
No
knows
point keeping them here.
So she says we're going down. Alright, so
Crummy
Mushi says
internet.
lead on. Drive on, Gorneo!
And she makes sure to make use of the earpiece so it's super stealthy.
Mm-hmm.
Corneo hears her. Point blank.
In my mind.
So Corneo. Driving on, would you like to attempt to do so stealthily?
Can I drive stealthily? I will attempt to drive.
Would you like to try?
I would love to try.
Of course you
Always.
would.
All right.
I always do things stealthily.
You start rowing your way forward. Go ahead and give me that stealth check.
And holy shit!
32.
It's disadvantaged because you're in a boat, right?
I hope not. You shut the fuck up right now.
Mushi is taking this opportunity to make use of some of her lesser used cantrips to grab your own oars while you're rowing them, silently place them into the water before just kind of shoving along the backside with her legs. To effectively give you that boost so it's not as audible as you are rowing.
A lot of dudes.
No, it's not.
And they all look to be kind of picking up and moving a number of crates to and from the small little skiff that's tied up and just kind of lining them up along a wall. There looks to be another one of these blue-skinned individuals. Several of these netted women who don't look to be equipped with their shields currently, as they are in the process of loading and unloading these crates, as well as a knight garbed in almost coral armor, strikingly similar to a couple of knights that you faced outside of the Tomb of Memory. As you guys are closing this distance, Orneo, effectively, what would you like to do?
Let Mushi talk.
Assuming you've got a held action at this point, what would you like to be the triggering act?
Yeah. If anyone attacks Mushi, then I will. Alright, so I want to keep myself at least in the dim light here. I think I'd be able to put Mushi in the light and keep myself in the dim light. And if anyone gets aggressive, I want to be able to bamf behind the soldier dude.
All right. So it does take an action to row to effectively move this boat.
Oh.
So
then,
assuming you're in the boat, if combat breaks out, it takes an action to keep rowing it to move the boat. But it does effectively move both you and Mushi that distance.
Okay, then yeah, that's probably what I put her. If they're aggressive, I don't want to put her in harm's way, so I might just bam.
As you're coming around this corner, where are you steering your ship?
Here.
All right.
I'm gonna let Mushi talk.
Continuing to tow Grabender's boat, you guys kind of take closer towards the riverside, or towards the wall, and come right up to these individuals. And as the boat just kind of clatters up against these stone steps that descend down into the watery depths, they all almost jump, as it seems none of them noticed you guys approaching. And a number of them, two of them look to drop the crates that they are holding. And the two closest women are quick to just draw their sharp-toothed long swords and point them in your direction. The two women towards the back each kind of step aside to go towards their shields. Amanda. Here she stands. Yushi, you stand up. You got two long swords pointed your direction. Gorneo. Yushi does not look to have been attacked thus far, and Grabender, you don't know what's going on up there. You can see Mushi standing up in her boat and one of the women drawing a sword, and Gorneo right behind her, looking to be kind of patiently waiting for something to happen.
Gorneo will try to stealthily start pulling the rope to try to kind of pull Grabender a little closer.
All right, Grabender, what spell would you like to ready? As Gorneo rolls me a sleight of hand check.
Sure.
I am going to...
Natural 20, yes.
I'll just ready...
Get that written down.
Thaumaturge, or not, Sacred Flame.
All right. So as Grabender's boat has continued to be pulled around this corner, spell at the ready. The two women hand off these shields to the women in front of them, and they two turn themselves around for a brief moment to start equipping their own shields as an action. The blue-skinned individual, as well as the armored knight, continue to stare in your direction before the knight speaks up. What is your business here? You do not belong here. What are you doing? As Mushi responds to a question that wasn't asked. The knight's head tilts noticeably. And the knight goes for her own longsword. What are you doing here? What are you? Gorneo and Gerbender, as this exchange is happening, anything you guys would like to be doing?
I trust Mushi.
Yeah, the first time anyone makes a hostile action towards Mushi, I'm going to loose my spell.
All right. The knight steps forward, sheathes her sword. Christine, Esmeralda, out of the way. Into making a bit of a path between themselves.
What?
Oh, that's why she's the leader.
Yep.
The four crab-shielded women all still have their longswords drawn and look to be a lot more hostile than this knight, whose stance has shifted to that of a much more relaxed state. And the blue-skinned individual is just continuing to watch all of this happen.
I'm freaking out. Freaking out, man.
So Gorneo will help Mushi out of the boat and then kind of pull their boat to the side and pull Gerbender's up and help Gerbender out of his boat.
All right. So helping Mushi up. Say.
And then I'll pull the boat to the side, and then I'll pull Gerbender up. And then, do I see LaRock?
Would you like to turn around to make any sort of
the
perception
water.
check?
Yeah. 24.
Gorneo, as you turn around, it looks like the water got significantly deeper as you traveled through this tunnel system. And the water as well is very murky. Like it's actually, the surface of this water is actually this tint of green. So it's like the Green Valley Park Lake where you can't see beyond that surface.
We should have tied a rope to him.
Could have used him as an anchor. Wait, has it been?
So Gerbender, your boat is pulled forward to these stairs. Mushi has been helped out, and Gorneo is exiting his own boat.
Yeah, and I'll help Gerbender.
Okay, I'll release preparation of my spell and step out onto the steps.
All right.
Because I have a new, better spell in mind.
Decimate all?
Gorneo, as you exit your little rowboat, the woman beside you starts to flank around your side, reaches down into your boat, and starts harnessing a rope to it. effectively tying it off at this point.
I'll start tying mine off too.
All right.
The mooring line. The mooring line.
Gorneo, trying to be clever, will say, "Mistress, what of the other emissary?"
What other emissary? There were none before you.
Gorneo is talking to Mushi. Sorry, I should have been specific.
Nobody knows who Gorneo's talking to. It's a clever ruse. She just says he's in the water. I love it.
Then he is in good company. Usually, as you ask this,
Before you say anything else, I want to speak up and use my persuasion, I guess.
what are you trying to do? We'll start there.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, Mistress, you know these flimsy boats were barely capable of transporting me. I am sure that our other companion has had some difficulties, but he should be here shortly. Perhaps these people know whether these stairs extend deep into the water, how deep it is immediately around. We may need to lower a rope.
The woman standing almost right next to Mushin Gerbender speaks up. How good is your friend at swimming?
He's heavy, so he's walking along the bottom, and we gave him a potion so he could breathe underwater. We figured it was better than damaging one of the boats.
So long as he comes to one of the staircases, he should have little trouble getting out. A rope dropped to such a heavy individual might help, but if he's as heavy as you say,
So
will he not just snap the rope?
She's saying, like, these staircases?
Yeah.
Oh.
You
No.
see, my friend, not all of the outcroppings here have these convenient spots for people who might have fallen into the river to make their way out.
He's walking along.
Without these,
river,
it's
so
a very
he should-
difficult climb.
He should be here momentarily.
Are we going to wait, or have you business to attend here? The night woman says.
Mistress.
I'm surprised Mishi hasn't tried to fireball them all because they're females.
Very well, then, Christine. Throw an anchor down for their friend. And the woman comes over to the skiff, pulls out a rope, and at the end of that rope is an anchor. And she kind of just makes her way over and just tosses that anchor into the water nearby. And as you guys wait, a moment goes by. Another moment as you guys are all just kind of awkwardly looking amongst each other. Before the woman speaks
And
up,
I'm
my
gonna-
name is Aeon, and I do have a bit of a schedule to keep. Christine wait with them. The rest of you, gather the crates. And as the woman who threw the anchor into the water stands idly by, the remainder of the women gather up the crates they were holding previously, scooping them up and disappearing around that corner.
As they get ready to scoop them up, I'm going to say, do you need any assistance? I am not fond of this water. I would prefer to be away from it. And as one of yours must wait with us, I can be a replacement.
Take that one over there. She points down to one of the crates relatively close to you.
I pick it up, and I make sure that the crest of Bahamut on my shield is covered, and I move on around.
Good play.
All right.
Good play.
Bender, as soon as you step around that corner, you notice it's a lot darker without the light that torch is providing. And you can hear the footsteps of the three women starting to fade before you.
I'm sure they've seen magic before. I'm going to summon a little light just on the crate that I'm carrying.
All right.
Glow in the dark.
As you illuminate the next turn immediately in front of you, the blue-skinned individual steps beside you and effectively just kind of starts following your stride.
Okay. I'm going to see if I can't catch up with the other chicks.
All right, so you start to make your way around that corner as Aeon, the woman knight, gives a kind of a brief bow towards Mushi and Gornay. She says, "I'll inform the others of your arrival." And follows Grubender and the blue-skinned man after the women. Mushi, it's been about 10 minutes at this point.
How long has it been since we left the other pier?
Maybe about 30 to 40 minutes.
Okay.
Not hours, but it's been a little while. So, Gornay, is there anything you would like to do at this point in time? Yushi, what color would you like to change these flames to hope to signify a code that you had not yet established with your comrade? And you might be able to assume that with the water being as murky as it is, it might be just as difficult for anyone to see beyond the surface of the water as it is for them to see out. Think of it like really muddy water. Even when you got goggles on, it's still really muddy, murky water. All right. Red, green, yellow, blue. As you start all kind of just toying and alternating the colors of the torch in front of you. Cornell, anything?
Gorneo is the strong, silent type.
All right.
Oh, now he is?
Rubender, can I get a
usually am.
perception check from you?
Absolutely. Wow.
Remember, Gorneo is not very charismatic, and we're trying to deceive people here, so the less I do, the better.
All right, Cog, or
A 3.
Rubender.
Wow.
Whoa.
As these six of you continue walking down this corridor, you hear something beyond that first door you come across.
Well, what's left of my good hand hurts like hell. But I've had worse. In fact, the last time I was held captive by these so-called cultists, they took my ale, tied me up, and threw me into the hold of their slave ship. It pains me to say this, but I died in the bottom of that ship. It was a rather shameful event.
And these women with their crates continue around that corner.
I'm so excited.
Just keep on going.
I just keep following.
All right.
Hey, I have an insanely high passive perception.
Yes, you do.
And once we get to another lit area, I'll snuff out my light.
Gorneo, what is your passive perception?
21, right?
20?
It's 20.
Wait, Gorneo,
Shit.
you think you heard that echoing somewhere beyond that channel?
Are there other people down here besides you that were moving the crates?
And she just kind of gives you a look that just says, duh.
That's a dumb question.
Gornale will say, "This is my first time down here. They did provide us with this little map," and he's just gonna like kind of show her just like the water part of it. He's like, "Where are we?"
And she points down to that bottom right corner of the map.
Okay, where I thought we were gonna be. Okay, cool. Oh,
And
thank you.
meanwhile, Grabender, as
That
you're
helps my
continuing
sense
to follow these women, you come across a stone bridge that looks to span this canal in a single elegant arch. Steps are on each side of the bridge to climb up and down it, and the bridge has a low stone balustrade, effectively railings on either side of it. Its weathered sides are carved with images of dwarven battles, and a single torch looks to burn the apex of the bridge. The women look to be going right over this bridge.
I'm going to keep following them to wherever they're taking these crates.
They make their way opposite. And go ahead and roll me. What's your passive perception? We'll go with that. That might make it easier.
22.
22.
His is higher than mine.
Jesus.
There is an incredible stink wafting down the way coming from this room, as well as from around the corner of what look to be some fairly almost ruined walls. So to your north, there's a stink, but to the south, it reeks.
Okay.
You guys continue forward. You start to pass a ancient fountain shaped like three dancing merfolk that stands in the middle of this room. The fountain itself is long since dried out, and the sculptures look to have been badly damaged. Two of the merfolk are missing their arms, and the third is missing her head. Hallways continue to lead north, south, and east from this chamber. A glimmer of torchlight looks to come from the north, and another glimmer to the east. A door to the northwest looks to be covered with painted glyphs and images of aquatic motifs marred by long scratches that obscure their meaning. Effectively, that door is covered with motifs and long scratches.
And lots of headless merfolk. Okay.
Headless merfolk in the fountain.
That's not weird.
As
at
you
all.
continue going forward, Reneo and Mushi, anything you would like to do?
Mechanically wait till it's an hour, and then at an hour, Gornale will say, "Mistress, it is past time."
And okay, so as they are continuing to wait, Grabender, the women make their way to this next room and start to just kind of flank off with their crates. This room contains 6 tall columns of cracked and chipped red marble looming up above you.
Okay.
Lying to the east is an underground lake and provisions and trade goods look to be stacked all along the walls nearby. Bundles of valuable furs and pelts, sacks of flour and meal, barrels of salted meat and ale, casks of oil, and more. 3 long tables with benches are set up in the middle of this room, and a large bronze gong stands on the stone quay at the lake's edge. A single torch looks to burn in a sconce on one of the room's middle pillars. So the women look to be kind of just going around to some of the outskirts of this room and laying their crates down. For Ben's sake, this looks to be effectively, literally tons of supplies in this room.
I'll find a convenient place to put the crate down, and then turn to the blue guy behind me.
All right.
Assuming he's still following me.
He's still keeping close to you as the woman knight took the rear.
Okay. And I guess I'll turn around to him and kind of under my breath go, I should really be getting back to my mistress, but do you have any ale down here?
And he just kind of looks at you. And the individual dressed in a slightly different garb says, "Yeah, we got ale. What kind you looking for?"
Anything. My new mistress, she doesn't let us drink. It's been, God, it must have been 10 days since I last had one.
Yeah, I feel ya. Them types the worst to work for. Got your own mug, you're gonna be needing that too. As he starts to kind of walk away to one of the other piles of supplies across the way.
And I'm gonna reach in my bag and pull out 5 silver and say, if you could sneak me a mug, I would be most appreciative.
Won't be sneaking you nothing. You're paying for it fair and square, as I see it.
Well, yes, but I'll have to hide it afterwards. Yeah, that should cover it.
As he makes his way towards a couple of mugs, fairly plain, ordinary, carved out of wood mugs, and he makes his way to an already corked off barrel and pulls the cork out and starts filling a mug. It kind of sloshes and slops around as he does so, almost lazily, before he corks the barrel back off and reaches forward, mug in hand, as he makes his way back towards you. Just try this one. It's an amber from the far south. Some merchant was carrying it upriver to the Yata, trying to get some sort of scam to trade for it there.
Oh, I'm greedily grabbing for it, and I'm going to take a big gulp of it. Oh, God. Just needs one thing, and I'm going to pull out the pack of pepper I still have.
Oh!
Pour pepper in it.
All right.
And then just down the rest of it.
Go ahead and roll me a Constitution save.
Oh, it's poisoned! They got you. They didn't get you.
It's surprisingly smooth, and once the peppers are added, it's got that unique flair to it that you Dragonborn are known to crave, that fiery substance, that kind of synthetic flame, if you will, that these spices provide to the beverage. And as it makes its way in a reverse pattern of your own breath weapon, it soothes as it goes down.
Oh, that's hit the spot. Nah, if I don't get it back, she'll flay me for sure. Thank you, friend.
Be seeing you around, friend.
Oh, yes, you will. And I'm gonna carefully stow the mug somewhere inside my clothes where it's unobtrusive,
Right.
and make my way back.
As you start to leave this room, the female knight, Aeon, speaks up as she and the blue-skinned individual are kind of like blocking off the path. Not like in a hostile manner, but just they're physically there. Just, I don't believe we caught each other's names.
No, ma'am. It's not my place to speak unless the mistress says so.
This mistress does say so.
Of course. The name is Gravas.
Gravas. I'm sure you and your companions will be quite a swell fit.
I do hope so, ma'am.
And if you and yours are making your way back this way, bring some more crates with you.
Yes, ma'am.
She steps out of the way.
Infiltration complete.
And Rabender, I know you said you cast light on the crate, but knowing you got to go back through a lot of areas that are encompassed in darkness, would you like to take that light spell with you?
Once we got the, once we hit lighted areas again, I dispelled it. So as I walk back, once it gets dark to the point where I can't really see, I'll cast light again.
All right.
So
Cast it on the palm of your hand, so when you close your hand, it snuffs out the light.
I'm just casting on a
Rabender,
coin.
as you are making your way back, Gorneo and Mushi, you guys are kind of just waiting here as the minutes continue to tick by. Gorneo, you swear you heard one of your old companions' voices echoing off of that canal. As you and Mushi continue to wait.
My brain does silly things. I must be hearing things.
Saying that out loud?
No.
All right.
It's gonna get you. It's gonna get you.
Once again, cutting out the light. Is there anyone in this vicinity?
Not that you can perceive, no.
Okay. I'm going to stop here and kind of like gag a little bit. And it's like, is there any particular odor that's emanating from this door?
Rabender, as you go to investigate that door, we will be right back with you, as effectively the final 10 minutes would have been up in the time it's spent for you to follow these women with the crates up to that hall. So Gorneo and Mushi, you guys are getting uncomfortably close to that hour mark.
It's been almost an hour. I begin to worry. Is there any way of checking the river to see if we could help our companion?
Your boats are right there.
I guess I could do that. Corneo will... Mistress, you want me to go check for him? We're gonna assume she's fine with that.
She looks to be nodding her head in a yes-like fashion, or she's like, no, fuck that guy.
So Gorneo,
hard to make out for sure. Gorneo goes into his boat, unties the rope.
And he'll also take the anchor's there, right?
The anchor is tied off from the shore.
Gorneo will say, can I, you think, use that to see if I can fish him out if I do find him?
You said your friend was too heavy for these boats.
Yeah, but I might be able to lead him with it.
If you wish, and she starts to untie the anchor and hands over the rope to you. Anchor's still in the water, but...
Yeah, I'll just have to, pull it up and, float it a little bit.
He's
But-
trolling.
Yeah. And then Gorneo will start moving the boat back up down river to try to see if I can't find this dude.
We don't obviously out of character, because character's not there, but we don't know if he can meld into stone at all, can we? Do
I
we?
have no idea.
Okay.
All right, so Gorneo, effectively, how far back would you like to go in your search?
I mean, there weren't any twists or turns, right?
There were a whole lot of twists and turns. Not
Oh,
like
there-
any forks or any sort. A lot of twists and turns along the way, as this effectively
there weren't
underground
any-
river weaved for miles.
But we didn't take any turns or anything like that, right?
No forks. It's been one path.
Okay, so I'll just go back down the path and see if I can find him.
So let's say it was a 30-minute trip by boat. How far back, effectively minute-wise, would you like to go? If it took the same amount of time.
We'll start with 15 minutes, and then I can
All right.
contact Mushi with the earring.
All right. As Mushi is left in absolute silence as Gorneo makes his way back the way the party came, Gorneo, roll me an investigation check.
Okay. Yeah, not bad. 20.
As you're kind of looming over the surface of this water every so often, even your dark vision doesn't seem to pierce through it. So you take this opportunity in the complete silence to try and hone in with your eye. As you kind of pause every so often and just focus, closing both your eyes and trying to concentrate the way you did earlier on the heartbeats that you sensed beyond that door in the Riverguard Keep. But you don't seem to be picking anything up.
I thought this plan would work. So Gorneo will contact Mushi and say, I haven't found him. What should I do?
So I'm not sure if Amanda's actually in the Skype call anymore.
It says she is.
Because it says she is. Okay, she
Oh,
is.
But she's not talking because
Apparently.
she hasn't configured
I'm
Skype on
muted.
your.
Because I have a lot going on. in the
Oh! Haha! Hello.
Did you hear what Gorneo said to you?
I think I caught part of it.
Oh, so I took the boat and I'm looking for LaRock and I can't find him, and it's been like 15 minutes. And so
15 minutes beyond the hour.
Right. So Gorneo's contacting you with the earring, saying, "What should I do?"
Be like, that dude's dead.
Gorneo, you do feel a tug on that rope.
Hold your breath, dude.
I feel a tug.
Like, softly at first. There's a pull.
Okay. What happens when I pull back?
I mean, having kind of dropped it a couple of times along the way, you know the weight of the anchor. So after this single pull, you start to pull upwards and you can feel the anchor start to lift. Effectively, like if you were to view it underwater, it'd be like bobbing
Right.
with the anchor.
And then I'm gonna let it back down to that same place where I felt it get pulled.
All right. Anything else you would like to do?
Just keep trying to fish for LaRock.
All right.
He is a rock, so.
You feel 2 more tugs at that rope.
So with those tugs, I'm going to start pulling the anchor back towards the stairs.
All right.
Does it feel like something's like falling, like coming with me?
Every so often, you row back, and along the way, you lower the anchor again all the way down until you feel that bit of sag on the rope, and you feel another tug or two as you continue to start making your way back.
All right, so I'll inform Yushi that I think I might have found him, and get him back as fast as I can. He's got a high constitution, I hope.
And Gorneo, eventually you start making your way back. Meanwhile, Grabender, you make your way to the door that somebody has labeled Stinky.
I made notes for myself.
And good for you, legitimately. And you make your way up to this door, and what are you hoping?
Just trying. Is there a particular smell that I would recognize? Like, is it the smell of death? Is it just foul? Is it?
Roll me a nature check.
Oh, nature! I'm great at this.
Oh, you are. 17. It's really good.
Because I rolled an 18.
At least you didn't have disadvantage.
No kidding. Okay.
That's what you glean from the smell, and now that you've taken a moment to
I'm
breathe
gonna-
it in.
I'm gonna put my ear up against the door and listen for a second.
All right. Stand by.
Excuse me.
In a voice audibly not common, but that of Draconic, you hear a number of sources speaking ferociously about the odd taste of these human folk. How they aren't quite like the surface dwellers. That they're just stringy with their poorly developed muscles. And it's going to take weeks to get the horrible stench of this rotting carcass out of his mouth.
Okay. Gonna leave that be for now. You said there were several voices.
Several voices.
Like, could I put a rough number to it? Like 5, half a dozen, a dozen?
You hear at least 3.
Okay. And then coming back this way, I'm going to stop at this door and give it a listen.
All right. Go ahead and roll me. We're going to make use of your passive perception for this.
22.
As Evie and Lucas, meanwhile, here in this jail cell. First of all, Evie, now that you have finished your character, could I get a sleight of hand check from you?
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is going to be effectively to see what you were able to sneak past the guards who were tying you guys up.
Okay.
So whether to sneak any sort of daggers or lockpicks or the like, in your own gear.
If you roll a natural 20, they don't even search you.
They don't even search you. They don't even search the dwarf. Oh. Oh,
All right.
wait, what?
So you should be able to open your character sheet,
Oh.
and on the front core page, kind of on the left side,
Towards the bottom.
towards the bottom.
All the skills are arranged alphabetically, so.
See where it says sleight of hand? Right above that kind of green square that says custom skills.
Oh, there. Well.
And if you click the blue button to the right of it, it'll automatically roll it for you.
Oh.
And it'll include your bonuses and stuff. There you go.
Awesome.
Which you rolled. What are the odds that she rolled a 6 anyway?
All right.
It was meant to be.
So with that, Rory, you were able to sneak one of your daggers, one of your more prized daggers that you were gifted after the successful completion of one of your more recent missions. The effectively more... I think Nick walked you through the use of a certain dagger earlier.
Well, he gave me the sheet. He didn't actually walk me through it.
The length... Okay, well, that
I gave you
effectively,
link
that's
to
the one
it,
you
though,
got.
right? Yeah. I assumed you read it. It was a lot to read.
It was
to
mostly,
read.
it just looked cool.
But that's the one you were able to effectively palm from the guard's watch, as they seemed a little bit more preoccupied with this dwarven individual who was putting up a much more noticeable fight with them as your own search was going on.
Okay.
So you do have one dagger betwixt the two of you. Otherwise, you guys look to have been stripped of your gear and items.
Okay.
And any armors?
They didn't discard you of your armors,
Cool.
we'll say.
That's good. Not
So
bad.
you guys are now left standing in this room that contains the half dozen straw pallets covered by threadbare blankets spread out on the floor with a cask of water leaning against one wall and a dark lit like window looking out to the west, where you guys have had the time. Once you go to look out that window, you can see what looks to be an arrow slit opposite you, but otherwise from the canal, it's hard to make out anything going on. Not too long ago, you heard a bit of a commotion not too far away as a number of voices seemed to be speaking up, and they started to travel past you again. As you're starting to lose track of how long you've been here, as the hours have started to make their way into days, possibly longer.
Well, Gerbender changed his voice, so I don't recognize it.
I wasn't speaking when
He
I walked
hasn't
past the
said
door.
I know.
So, as I stop at the door and I'm listening, you guys just basically sitting there?
Yeah, I assume that I'm chained up, both hands, kind of just sitting there against the
Cognar
wall.
just bound.
Oh, I'm heavily bound. Nice.
Not like chained to the wall or anything like that, but like handcuffs, effectively, as you are
I'm
shackled.
cuffed. All right, so I'm cuffed, sitting on the floor.
Okay. I'm going to douse my light
All right.
and crack the door open.
Gerbender,
Assuming I can. It's not
you
locked.
go
or
to
anything.
push on this door, and there's a noticeable hasp pin preventing you from opening it.
So there's basically a lock.
There's basically a lock on this door.
I will whisper out.
You don't seem to have a key. Who are you?
I don't respond.
I assume I can see him. I got dark vision, so I'm asking anyway. I haven't.
Unless the door has a
Are
window
you
in it.
Unless the door has a
Are
window
you
in. I don't
seeing
know.
that
I don't know what I'm
door
seeing.
Just as solid as the stone it was when
Okay.
you were thrown in here.
Okay. So I'm not chained to the wall or anything, right?
No. effectively just handcuffs.
Do I know if the door opens in or out?
You were a little preoccupied at the time to take
How about the
particular
last
note.
time that the folks came to visit us?
I'd say the last time the folks came to visit you, you were a lot more preoccupied when they left. Roll me a perception check.
Certainly.
Sweet.
That's a 22.
22. You notice that the door seemed to pivot in the middle, making an access point on either side of the door that you'd have to squeeze through, but they managed to...
I'm familiar with these doors, though.
Yes. Very much like a number of the doors you've encountered here in the ruins of Basilmer.
All right. I will get up, and I will attempt to push on one of the sides.
Now you make your way to that door and push, and it remains just as firmly locked as the last time you attempted this method of escape.
I will I'll push my face close to the door and I'll whisper out, not knowing who's there, and say,
Please help us. We are stuck in here. We've been taken captive.
and I'll take like a half step back in case the door swings open.
Urbender, you hear a bit of a muffled voice, but your keen perception, you are able to piece together what this voice seems to be saying.
And I'm gonna kick the door, not in an attempt to actually bust it open, just to hear kind of a thump, and call back in my normal voice. Shut up in there, you prisoners. We don't need your scum around here.
Yeah.
And keep walking.
Do I recognize the normal voice?
Cognar, you hear this voice audibly. Whether you recognize it is up to you. I would presume yes.
I've been yelled at enough by that voice that I recognize.
Cognar, it seems that the voice of the people that you abandoned are just outside that door.
Yeah, but nobody else knows that.
You son of a bitch.
So
you asked me, I'm telling you.
No, that's fine. I'll look back to Rory and say, I dare I say that friends are near to us. If they are here,
Sounds like
be ready for battle.
Rory. Oh, okay.
When I get back to the landing, I'm gonna look at the crab lady who got left behind. Are there any more crates or boxes that need to be taken? And also,
her head, she just kind of nods to the wall beside where you picked up your first crate, and there looks to be about 7 more.
and it sounds like there must be something going on in that room just to the north of us. I thought I heard scuffling and a thump on the door.
Urbender, roll me a persuasion check.
Ooh, yes. Good play. Yes. 23.
She kind of looks a little worried. I bet he's trying to escape again, and she rushes off behind you, Urbender, down into that hallway.
We'll say, escape! I'm coming after her.
All right.
And I'm going to kind of like
after
wave
her.
at Mushi.
Wave like hi or wave like come on?
Like, come on, and I'm going to cast light on myself.
Hello.
All right.
Hello. Because Mushi doesn't know yet, right? She didn't hear it.
I have no
You
idea.
should don't know shit.
I'm trying to pull the rock out of the water, I think.
Well, the rock
Nope.
can
No.
shoot now, but
You're standing at the side of the water. Gorneo left you about 25 minutes ago. About 10 minutes ago, he said that he thinks he found the rock. And now Bender just poked his head around the corner, told this woman that something to the effect of someone's trying to escape, or that's how she took it to be anyways. And then they both rushed around the corner, and Bender was like, "Come on, you'll see," with his hands.
She seems to have
There
disappeared.
seems to be a situation happening
She's right
on
in front.
shore. Do you have Larock?
I don't see her.
What did you do? Well, she's right there.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. Oh,
At
there
least
she
she's
is.
still on the dock
Yeah,
to
you
me,
are.
or on the stairs.
Yeah, Mushi's still there.
Oh.
Bender's talking
Can
about
anyone
the
hear me?
woman. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, hey, look, there's. Yeah,
Nick's
hey,
just
wait,
not
wait, wait.
answering you. Mushi's, you call out into the earpiece, you don't get a response. Or at the very
Okay,
least, he
wait.
responds
I
that
can
he's
hear you
not
now.
sure. He
Okay.
can't see.
I can
He
hear you
thinks so.
I don't know what happened, but like I couldn't hear anything. That's fine.
Can you hear us now?
I can now. Yes, I missed
Good.
everything. but I can
Wonderful.
hear now.
So,
Because nobody was talking.
Amanda, roughly
Sure.
20. You were left by Gorneo for about 15 minutes before he responded by the earpiece that he thinks he found him, and he was heading back. 10 minutes later, Gerbender poked his head around the corner, and he's said something to the effect of the prisoners trying to escape, and he and this woman rushed around the corner as Gerbender was like, "You should come on," with his hand.
Then I will
Gorneo,
use.
no sign of Gorneo yet, but I believe you just spoke into the earpiece asking him for an update.
Yes, because there's a situation happening on shore.
Go ahead. I'll catch up.
I'm kind of busy here. I'm fishing. Cornelia's got a
Right.
beer out.
You get
Flannel shirt.
you gotta hit
I will-
X right as that bobber goes down
Yeah,
that
there you
third
go.
time.
It's an old boot.
I will.
It's an old boot. Ah, damn. Throwback.
Amanda,
I
can
will
you see the
follow
map?
Gerbender. No, it won't load. So
Okay.
theater of the
You're
mind
following-
today. Theater of the mind.
A little bit of delay, but you are following Gerbender. Gerbender, as you guys come shooting around this corner, following this woman, she continues almost at a bit of a hurried pace. It has noticeably picked up as she seems to be concerned about this. It continues down this corridor about 10, 15 feet and goes right by that door and keeps on walking.
But if they're trying to escape, shouldn't we stop them?
We will. She keeps on rushing down that hallway.
Okay.
Gerbender, what's happening?
I don't know.
As soon as she's like gone around the corner, she has gone around the corner, right?
She's not going around the corner. She looks to be going towards that door at the end of the hallway.
Oh, okay.
Even
Then
now,
I'll keep following.
she is
Then
reaching
I'll
for
keep
that
following
door.
her then.
All right. So, Musha, you poke around this corner, and Gerbender is rushing away, following this woman.
You can see lights on the map. That's exciting.
Oh, hey.
You might have to refresh roll 20 to get it to show up for you. I don't know. Here.
Dynamic
Test
light
this
on a
computer.
low-speed internet. Ah.
But Gerbender, she throws open the door in front of her. And you can see an old chamber that looks to have been furnished with 6 plain wooden bunks and sacks of provisions. And this door that she's thrown open kind of pivots in the middle, and she pokes her head in and shouts out, "He's trying to escape again." And
Okay.
turns right back around to you.
This must not be the first time he's attempted this.
Not at all.
What sort
Who
of
are we
creature is in there?
One most vile and disfigured.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
You mean like a cave troll?
Worse.
They've got a cape.
As it takes a little while before she comes back towards that door, followed by two others dressed in a similar garb to herself. And they look to all come stand. Mushi, they're all rushing effectively back down that same hallway in your direction.
I'm going to stand there very, very confused.
So I guess Mushi's gonna like stand back away from the door.
She is getting out of their way.
Yeah, I get out of the
all
way.
circling around the door.
So just out of curiosity, this other guy that I can see up in the other room.
He looks, because this is a guy that only a picture can really describe, and a picture is worth 1,000 words. The likes of this individual, I don't believe the party has encountered thus far.
No, I don't believe we have. Okay.
Oh. He's got seaweed skirt.
Davy Jones.
As he is following the three women out this door, as they circle around the door frame, he sees you standing here in the hallway between himself and the door, and he points with the seashell at the tip of this long pole he has. And he says, "The door's this way."
I am at your service.
Very well. Then turn round and stop him.
I assumed I was just like waiting for them to open the door to like charge in or something. So
you believe yourself to be, but this guy is basically telling you to get closer to that door.
Oh, okay. Then I will move to like right behind them.
All right. And as Grabender gets to there, at roughly the same time that Gorneo is making his way back to that landing, as the woman in the middle grabs the key that she looks to have been handed fairly recently and goes for that hasp and pin lock and undoes it. As she pulls this door open, Cognar, you come face to face with your oppressors once again. I'm going to ask everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, initiative. Woo! Go team. Nice. I'll take that. Can I be added to the tractor, please?
1 second. I roll 20 always freezes when I open it.
Preparing for combat. You have to take it.
Please
Really
prepare for
freezes
combat.
sometimes. It's like
So
standing by.
I like how you pre-rolled initiative just in case we got into a fight at the dock.
Yep.
But I don't think that those people are here.
Oh,
Some
we
of
need
them
a clear
are.
tracker.
She's gone. And
I'm just really good with communicating with cultists, guys.
You're a cultist whisperer.
So,
Almost like you're a cultist.
Evie, if you go to your
see
core
that.
sheet and click on the blue button underneath your initiative, which is right above the heart, it'll add you straight to the tracker.
Oh, you have to click on your
Wait.
token too.
Oh, yeah, that
Okay, wait. Click on my token and then click what?
on your character sheet.
Yeah.
Click on the blue button underneath your initiative. It's right above the heart in the center of your core page.
Uh-huh.
If you click on that, it'll roll your initiative for you.
Oh, I thought I already clicked.
There it is, 16. Nice. You're
Yeah,
ready
if
to
you
go.
don't click your token before you do it, it won't register it.
I forget that part all the time. Okay, cool.
Don't worry, we all do.
I didn't even have my character selected and it still worked, but that's fine.
That's
Well,
weird.
some people
Oh,
just like
oh, that's why. Because I rolled physical dice. Never mind.
Yeah, this guy is the worst with his
I'm the
subtle
worst. I know. I'm
brags.
literally the worst.
Oh,
Good to have
dope.
you
Oh my
back,
God.
Cognar.
What?
Good to have you back,
I'm
Cognar.
not back
wait.
yet.
Kill
Not
you.
back yet.
I just
haven't got-
remembered.
haven't got out of the door.
As far as weapons go, I have Talon again.
You do have talent again.
Yes, you do. Something he had no problem just glancing over in the recap how the party reclaimed a whole lot of shit the last time.
Yep.
To be
Weapons,
Weapons.
rings, coins,
I do have
treasures.
my ring. I'm basically awesome.
I need to find the link for Talon again because I've forgotten its stats.
It's a +1, isn't it?
Nope.
Nope. You have a longsword with a name. I
But it's not a +1.
know. Yeah, it was an early weapon. Didn't we find it?
Yeah.
A +1 to hit and damage, but it also does more than that.
Oh, so it is a +1 weapon.
Not just a +1.
I know, but
Depending on the circumstance, it can be +1 or +3.
plus.
Or glow.
Work low.
Oh, that's right. Against
Imagine if you
orcs.
guys had that at the Ice Shield Orc onslaught.
And facing the air cultist. Because I threw it at the lady, if I remember right.
She was not an orc.
But she wasn't an orc. I remember
All right,
that.
Cognar,
Yes.
being point blank in this doorway,
Yep.
your oppressors are going to see this as another attempt to escape.
Uh-huh.
And the woman closest to you is going to stab with her shark-toothed longsword for a total of 9 to hit.
Nope.
Oh wow, they ain't screwing around.
bitch, get back in your cell.
No. You will find
Remember,
out.
judging by this, it seems like they've had some sort of happening with this particular prisoner in the past,
Can you
and this time they're not taking chances.
can you guess?
So, not to be too.
You yet?
It doesn't say what the damage die is. Is it
Should be
a
a
long-
longsword? So
Long-
D8.
So, well, it's a D8 one-handed, D10 two-handed, and not both of those will be a +1.
okay,
Wait, can you two-handle longsword? That's awesome.
Yeah,
you can.
Yeah, it's versatile.
Shit. Well, I mean, it doesn't help Cognar any, anyways, because he's not going in. Yeah. But I mean, Gerbender's only got one hand to use
reaches in
anyway.
with her sword and goes to stab Cognar. That's going to be a 7 to hit.
That misses.
As Rory,
Oh,
Yes.
the
Yeah.
door to your prison cell has been opened, and a number of swords have been swung through that little gap. Both at your new dwarven companion friend? Question mark.
fellow prisoner.
Question.
At the very least, there looks to be an opportunity for escape. What would
Oh,
you like
okay.
to do?
What I'd like to do. So, what can she hear? Can she hear like the battle going on outside?
She can see battle going on.
See it. It's right in front of her.
Yep.
Okay.
10 feet away.
And there's a light source in the hall,
Yes, there is.
just in case you don't have dark vision. Like some of us, yeah.
Like,
I do have dark vision.
Of course you
Rory
do.
does.
Everybody else has dark vision.
She's a no.
Dark defender.
Okay. She's gonna pull her dagger.
She's got a shank.
yeah. She stabs the door from the back. Oh, god damn it.
The only weapon I have. And the door's
That
open.
would be so great.
Door is open.
Shut up, Amanda.
Okay. So
So
Rory will.
you can't move through their tokens. You could move through Cognar's if there was a another spot for you to stand opposite him, but effectively from where you are, from where he is currently, you could throw this dagger, or you could wait until Cognar moves, or until one of them moves, or...
You can hold your turn until I do something.
Yeah, I'll wait. I
right.
don't want to hit anybody on accident.
Oh.
You want to make sure that it's going down before you reveal that you've still got a weapon on you.
That makes sense.
Right.
Shoot fireballs.
I'm a little confused right now because I still actually can't see Cognar.
You don't
I can
know
see
I'm there.
tokens.
You don't know
Yeah,
I'm there.
exactly. So I'm a little confused. I'm going to stand here and kind of see what's
Can you
happening.
see the women tokens?
Yeah, I can see all the
Okay.
tokens. I just don't really have like background. It's just like gray, and I'm totally okay with
They're
that.
stabbing at what has been identified as a prisoner, and Grabender seems to be all for it.
I'm gonna give Grabender a quizzical look because I actually don't care to fight with these guys. So, like, I'm not fighting for you, and I don't really plan on fighting against you. So I'm gonna stand here confused momentarily.
All right.
Yeah.
Cognar,
Yes.
what would you like to do, sir?
I whispered you a question, and you didn't answer it.
All right.
Since we've been here for multiple days, could I have done that?
I don't believe so, because that's
Improvised?
itself isn't like... I believe it has to be like armor,
Or a weapon.
like leather armor, or to get the
Or a weapon.
plus one to it, or a weapon.
So I wasn't
Get
sure
the
if I
plus
could
one
do it
to
on an
You do
improvised
still
weapon.
have... You still have the shield, but I believe it's got a plus one on its own, so you can't stack it.
So I can't put that plus one on an improvised weapon. Effectively making a
For
garage.
now, I'm going to say yes,
Okay.
and I'm going to write that down as something to double check later.
Yeah, it just says you can with a weapon, so I don't know about improvised weapons. Anyway, I'm going to do what Cognar does. And as a bonus action, I would like to attempt to shove this lady.
All right. Which one?
The one directly in the door. So I will
right.
move up and then push forward.
All right. Would you like to rage?
No, I'm.
All
Well,
right.
does shoving take both my attacks or just one of them?
It's an action to do so.
Okay.
So effectively, rather than attacking, you are shoving.
Hey,
Or no, because with the shield feat, you can do it as a bonus action, right?
See, that's where I was like.
Okay, so it's a rage as a bonus or a shove as a bonus.
You know
Your
what?
choice.
Fuck it. I'm going to shove with the shield for my
All right.
bonus. And
All right.
I rolled really well, by the way. That's a 23
All right.
strength.
That is going to be a 13.
All right. I push
Shove
her
her
5
back
feet
5
into the
feet.
hallway.
She hits that wall fairly hard right beside Grabender.
I come barreling out, not even like pushing her and then she falls away from me. I'm pushing her up against the wall with my shield, and I pull out my chains between my hands and I try to shove them right through her throat. And so I attempt to attack twice by pushing these chains through her throat. Or midsection, because I'm short.
You can attempt to do a grapple.
Okay.
And I will say that if you are successful in this manner, you'll be able to pin her here in place and effectively start just choking her.
I would like to do that. Okay.
All
What's
right.
happening? Jesus
So
Christ.
So you just see Cognar come running out the fucking hallway. With,
Mushi,
a 17 to grapple.
the individual who abandoned the party, is back. And as his chains shoot forward around the throat of this woman that he has just pinned up against the wall, he starts lifting her up off the ground.
2 inches.
Cognar,
Yes.
the recent injury you have suffered
Yep.
deals 3 points of piercing damage, as it seems something is hurting you as you are straining yourself to lift her up off the ground.
Right, and I think I took some damage from before. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yes.
You said how much?
3 points of piercing damage for right now. So let's get rid of that. Nothing says can't breathe like a poison symbol, right?
Yeah.
And with that, she is up, so she's going to try and break this grapple. Unopposed athletics check from you, sir. That's a 16 to
Oh, sorry. 26.
26.
I rolled a 19.
She starts fighting against you and she drops her own longsword and just starts clawing at both your hands. One of them, her own nails